Never lose faith in Jerry the Turtle, because every time this coin is down for a couple weeks and, some people are getting restless, maybe even some community members are getting annoyed, that is always exactly when Jerry starts pumping again. We have seen these resurgences happen time and time again in Jerry the Turtle's 7-month history. I mean, just look at the 1-week chart, the 7-day. This is a thing of beauty when the rest of the crypto market has actually nuked. Bitcoin, if you're not aware, just fell off a cliff about a day and a half ago right there. Mid-season jitters, no particular reason whatsoever, but Jerry is just literally counteracting that. I mean, if Bitcoin and ETH were actually up in the last few days, you can only imagine where Jerry would be. It's at $11 million market cap currently. It might even be at 15 or 20 million. But anyway, what is the new news? Well, 3 new exchange listings to be specific. Yes, 3 in the last couple days. CoinX Global, they have listed Jerry on their spot market exchange. Then Tapbit Exchange, TAPBIT, they have listed Jerry. And finally, Poloniex has also listed Jerry. So these are all pretty decent sized exchanges. The biggest one is Tapbit. They're currently ranked the number 48 biggest spot market exchange in the world. Then there's CoinX around the same size. They're in the number 60 biggest spot market exchange in the world. And finally, Poloniex is right there at number 99. So, I mean, yeah, these aren't like top 10 exchanges anymore, anyway, but that doesn't really matter. We're in the middle of summer. The fact that the dev is doing any developments at all, let alone 3 exchanges in 1 week, that really means something. It takes a lot of time. You have to get the connection to the exchange. You have to talk to them, you have to negotiate them, you have to send them tokens, you have to agree on the date of the listing and all that sort of stuff. This is a lot of stuff. Most devs would just kind of take the vacation off. Not this dev. He is busy working, and as I've said, there are bigger exchanges that he is talking to. The big ones usually wait until the market's pumping to announce a bunch of coins. That could be late September, early October, but we shall see. So while the 2 new exchanges, Poloniex and CoinX, they're not top 10 exchanges, I would argue that they're both much larger than their rankings indicate. Poloniex at one point was a top 25 exchange, 2021, 2022 time. CoinX, I've seen them at sponsors doing sponsorship tables at conferences I've been at. I've quickly talked to the team. They sound like a very, very organized, well-run company. So the fact of the matter is we're in the middle of the summer, and if the Jerry dev is doing anything, that is a good sign. He has conversations going, new exchanges, new developments coming, negotiations are happening behind the scenes. The bigger exchanges, the big announcements, those are usually held off for when the whole market is pumping. That might be early October, late September. But for now, you just don't want a dev going to sleep. But the fact he is hard working behind the scenes, that is a good thing. And then we're going to get into more details of when those coins start trading, etc. But here's the full 7-month chart for Jerry. If you're not familiar with the project, started trading in late December, and then it's reached 5 new all-time highs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. As you can see, a typical 60 to 70% dip after pretty much every single high, and then it keeps on reclaiming a new high after that. So you can see this one here, no different. We had the usual 65% dip after reaching the all-time high of 22 million, but now we are back on the upswing. So you saw what happened the last few times. It hit a new all-time high. Now we're at 11 million. So I would be banking that even though it's summer, we are going to keep going up. Now, the JYAI USDT pair on CoinX just went live a few hours ago. Friday, deposits and withdrawals and trading have all officially launched. And then the other 2, Tapbit, this went live earlier in the week on Tuesday, and then Poloniex did as well. That is already live as of Tuesday, full trading and everything. It's USDT pairs on both of these 2 exchanges as well. And Tapbit is the exchange that is fully available for USA customers. The other ones I'm not really sure about. I don't think so, but Tapbit definitely is. So if you're a USA person like myself, that's the exchange you want to use. And keep in mind, another bullish thing about Jerry is that it's on Ethereum, for example, not like something on the Bitcoin chain. Ethereum is still 35% off its all-time high. So even though ETH's been hot, we're at 3650. The all-time high for ETH is 4890, even though it doesn't really show it right there. It wicked up to about 4900 back in November 2021. So that's 35% off its all-time high. Bitcoin is essentially at its all-time high. It's like 5% off. It's 123. All-time high. So the bottom line is that ETH has much more upside than a lot of other chains that are kind of near their all-time high right now. Check out the Jerry Twitter page, see what else is up. We got some fire memes, Jerry with his community. Here's Jerry acting as the coxsman. That is the person who sits at the head of the crew rowboat and cheers on the rowers. Keep in mind, Jerry is on Instagram. A lot of people forget this, but they are posting 6-7 posts a day, fire memes, exchange listings, all that sort of stuff. So It's, it might as well spread to a bunch of different socials. You might not have realized it yet, but the king is coming to challenge every major meme out there. And there is Jerry. They're holding above 10 million. So the memes in the 50 to 100 million category, you better watch out. There's the CoinX listing. The haters made Jerry pump more. That's the thing about crypto. So anytime a coin sticks around for the long run, there's going to be multiple 60, 70% dips that it ultimately survives. But during those dips, there's going to be some FUD. There's going to be some, negativity, some complainers, some haters. Even Jerry had a little bit of that. Not too much compared to other projects, but just goes to show you always prove the FUDders wrong when you have a well-run project like Jerry. What else do we have here? Got another video from Crypto Galaxy, little $100 giveaway right there. Another meme, Crypto Galaxy, FameX Global. That looks like some sort of collaboration right there. There's the Poloniex listing. There is the Tapit listing. And that is it for this Jerry update video. So Jerry fam, one of the best communities in crypto, say hi down below. I love hearing from you guys. This is at least my 15th video covering this project, and I've got more on the way. Stay tuned. So, 3 top 100, 2 top 50 exchanges in the middle of the summer, late July, when most teams are just kind of on autopilot. That is very, very impressive. And as I mentioned, they are talking to 2 major exchanges. That stuff can take time or it can be quick. We just don't know. But Jerry Dev working hard behind the scenes, and the price action is reflected even during a down week. Jerry is pumping. That's it for now. I'll be back later with a new Signing out. Catch you later.